If, for example, the agent is the bank, we need to be very careful to say the system that has failed is the system of KLA. It's not accepting the transfer. Or it is the system of the agent that is not able to transmit the information to KLA. So those clarifications, Madam Speaker, I think they need to be taken into account. As it is, Madam Speaker, those amendments, if they are done, then we can proceed and approve the bill. But as it is, Madam Speaker, I have my reservation on the same. Thank you.
The Honorable Robert Mbui.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity to also add my voice to this bill. Madam Speaker, KRA is Kenya's tax collector, and we must be very, very careful as a House anytime dealing with matters, taxation, even if it's just, seems like it's an easy thing. It's not, it cannot be easy, because whenever we are dealing with KRA, we are dealing with powers for them to collect taxes, we are dealing with powers for them to waive, we are dealing with powers for them to even collect more. So, Madam Speaker, it's something we have to take seriously. I rise to oppose this bill, totally, in totality, every single clause of this bill. Madam Speaker, the first thing is when they are saying that they want to create an institution, or rather to give this Kenya School of Revenue Administration powers to collaborate with institutions of higher learning, so that probably they can be able to give certifications that are provided in other institutions of higher learning. Yet, Madam Speaker, we must ask ourselves, from the inception, what was the purpose of this institution? Was it supposed to be offering degrees, diplomas, master's degrees and doctorates? Probably that wasn't the reason. And Madam Speaker, today afternoon we have spent a lot of time with the CS for education, and one of the problems that we are talking about is the stress that is in our public universities. Here we are creating competition for our public universities when we are allowing every institution to be also offering the same courses that are being offered at the public universities. So, Madam Speaker, on that score, I object, and I think this is not the right thing to do. Madam Speaker, the second issue is powers to be given to the Commissioner General to appoint deputy commissioners. Even if they went to the same institution that they have there, it would teach them very basic rules on public or corporate management or governance. And it tells you that it is only the board that can appoint the people that work under the person that is running any department. You cannot be the one that is running a department and all the people that are working immediately under you, you're the one who's recruiting. There has to be a body to do recruitment. Government of Kenya has even a ministry that deals with recruitment. Parliament of Kenya has a parliamentary service commission that deals with recruitment. You cannot have a person given an office and then they give themselves the power to be the ones that appoint the people that are working under them. That should be vested with the board. And so on that score, I also object. Madam Speaker, the powers being given to the CS to be able to waive penalties. Madam Speaker, I have listened to the explanation given by the deputy leader of the majority party. And Madam Speaker, clearly, the explanation is given as that work can be done by the commissioners in KRA. When he says that, the CS can be able to give a waiver because there may be sometimes there's a downtime and the agent cannot be able to do certain things on time. Isn't that an explanation that the commissioners can also understand? I mean, it's like making it seem like it's rocket science. It's basic common sense. If the systems have failed, no one can make a payment, they cannot be punished. And the person who can listen to that is even a junior officer, not even a commissioner. So on that one, I also believe that this bill fails the test of time. So, Madam Speaker, I want to oppose this bill, and I want to say that if you listen to the speakers that have come before me, including the proposer and the seconder, they are quietly and in a veiled way also opposing. So therefore, I would even request the deputy leader of the majority to withdraw this bill so we can get to do some serious business of the House. Madam Speaker, I submit.
I see there are no more interventions. You can go to the next order. I'll not propose I'll not put the question. We shall continue with debate. can't see anyone who's, Honorable Dorothy, Kiara, do you want to speak to this?
Madam Speaker, I'm just interested in the next order, which is the coffee bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay, the next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
What's your point of order, Majority Leader?
Chair, looking at how important this bill is at this particular instance, Honorable Speaker, and for us to give it due attention, and looking at how people are tired and all that, Honorable Speaker, and look at the importance of this, both in the sector and in the regions that coffee is grown, I would really like to step down this bill for now, so that we give it all due attention and with renewed energy and vigor in the next sitting on Monday, that we'll prioritize it, Honorable Speaker, with the indulgence and acceptance of the Chair. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, I have no objection to that proposal by the Leader of Majority. Thank you.
Okay, so I think we can leave it and request that the business will request the Speaker with the Business Committee to give it priority at the most immediate date. Okay, move of the bill, you want to report? You want to report the decision? To stand it down until further notice?
Honorable Speaker, I would like to report that we have agreed to stand down the bill at the Committee of the Whole until at such a time when it is scheduled for the third reading. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
That's acceptable. Okay, let's move to the next order. Okay, what's your point of order, Honorable Oundo?
I just want to sincerely request the chair of the Agriculture Committee to mobilize to the very least all the members of the Cultural Committee by the time we are being scheduled for for Committee of the Whole House. Ask all the members of the Cultural Committee to be at least present, because I've interacted with this bill quite often. They can actually guide debate in the Committee of the Whole House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minority Whip.
Honorable Speaker, it's really quite unfortunate that we are in this state at this moment. Because this bill, Honorable Speaker, has really been stepped down either by circumstance or even now by the mover himself for obvious reasons, Honorable Speaker. My only challenge is that looking at the very packed calendar next week, Honorable Speaker, it is really not practically possible even to have it on Monday or Tuesday. So I do not know how we will be able to navigate, but in agreement with what Dr. Oundo has said, that at the point it gets scheduled, I think now we put it upon the Agriculture Committee and the Agriculture Chair himself to mobilize his team. His 15 members, all the people from the coffee growing areas, so that they can have interest in this matter. And
You also remember you're the majority whip, so you're also supposed to be in charge of whipping the members. So you can't be delegating.
Honorable Speaker, as the majority whip, I also have the powers to delegate. Now I delegate and appoint the chair of agriculture to do that and to action that. Thank you.
Well, members, I think honestly, we do know that there is a lot of interest by members on this particular bill. And I think it would be unfair and not doing justice to the bill if it's done, if we proceed with it now. And in fact, actually, most members assume, because we had two ministers here today, the presumption was that the cabinet secretaries would normally take the usual time up to 9 p.m. I don't think they expected us to be that efficient. So I think with that, yes, your permission.
Honorable Speaker, let me inform the House that this
today's status quo, the situation we are in right now, is because of the way the order paper was. There was a lot of business,